Radio on my radio.
Hey y'all, we about to start in like 2 minutes.
Be sure to tune in. It's definitely gonna be a lit episode. We got my girl Demetria in the building, also known as Michi.
Hey.
Michi in the building. You know, we got, what's your name again?
Sam Williams from Urban Color Magazine.
Oh, yeah, baby. All right.
Look at it.
Who else we got in the building?
Erica from SheIsUndefeated.
Yes, we got a lit show for you guys today, so you can't download the app. That's okay. You can always tune in live. Support District Radio Network.com.
You know, you like that.
You said it,
Don't try to drink.
Hey, Montavious, thanks for joining. Like, share, comment, follow. Get in tune, baby. My Radio Chicago, we taking over internet radio.
Absolutely.
Didn't I tell y'all we taking over internet radio? Download the app. It's free. It's free. You know you like free stuff. You know. Level up, level up, level up. If you want to level up, you will download this app because we get anything that's worth anything in the city,
Quickly.
we bring them up.
Download
You
it.
know. 10 seconds.
Don't worry about it. You're live right there. You live right
I know,
now.
my
Hey,
people
everybody
was
that's
expecting
tuning
it.
in.
We
My
live,
people was
baby,
expecting
yeah.
Hey y'all.
And you are on.
Hey y'all. Welcome back to the Blueprint Radio. It's another Thursday. You just heard Sierra's Level Up. I hope you enjoyed that. I know I did.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I needed
It was
that.
turned up in here
I
just a
never
few
really
minutes
heard
ago.
it like that, though. I thought it was just for challenges.
Girl,
That's motivation. Did you hear me? Level up, level up, level up. All right, y'all. So this is the Blueprint Radio. I am your host, Miss Michi.
Hey, all right now. Hey.
We have two special guests. We are on My Radio, powered by the Support District Network Radio. Download the app. I've been telling y'all all week. Let me look in the camera. I've been telling y'all all week, okay? Make sure you download the app. If you're not able to do so at this time, make sure that you tune in on supportdistrictradio.com. We are also playing the live on my page, so make sure that you get it together. Today we have two special guests in the house. I have Miss Erica Howard of SheIsUndefeated.
I am here.
And we have Sam Williams of Urban Color Magazine.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely,
Thank you for
Such a
absolutely.
gentleman.
He is.
Thank
Well,
you.
thank you.
Just
I
straight
tried
up
to
good
be.
people.
So.
Absolutely. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
You see?
Well, we can tell you about the view we got right now. Right now, we posted right here over here on the south side. In
A good
Bronzeville.
clean view of White
Got the
Castle.
clean view. I don't know.
35th.
It's looking good.
The nails over here.
Right.
Kind of got me
Go
like,
get some
maybe
onion
go get me a crave face or something.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, you know what? Just to give you all a recap, because we just started the show last week, the Blueprint Radio, we are highlighting individuals that are doing big things in the city of Chicago and all around. It's not just limited to here, because I feel like anybody that's doing something to give back to the community, we want to highlight them on this show.
Yeah.
So I'm so thankful for my two guests. I got to shout you out, Shakita.
this is true.
Yes.
Lit.
It's lit. Like, she just got the whole mood last week. Hold on, let me high five. There we go. Definitely. So I'm looking to provide a platform to have people come on and just showcase what it is that you're doing. So if you have music, if you have something that you are ready to get out to everybody, I'm going to be the person to contact. I mean, My Radio Chicago, it's going down, period. So last week, we talked about a few things.
Oh, God.
Government shutdown.
All right.
I'm pressed about that.
I'm still pressed.
Because I'm emotional, because of course one of the things I do, I feed those in need,
Right.
So that's one of my biggest concerns, family in need.
Absolutely.
And then here we got this man that they've elected, and
Right. That was a nice one.
We don't follow that.
right, we don't follow that.
We
But
don't
these
follow
people,
that.
they can't feed their family.
Absolutely.
And it's heartbreaking because all I can think about is if you're middle class, there is no options for us. You have
Right.
to either be unemployed to get any
Period.
government assistance, which is not fair. So here are these people who want to work. They're
Right.
going to work, have good jobs.
Right.
And this food and took,
And now the IRS people mad too.
But they ain't gonna mess with our taxes, I hope.
I'm ready for Nailnet to get mad. What y'all think?
Now who
I'm
is
ready
that
for-
now?
The student loans, baby.
business.
Yeah.
They need
They
us
gonna be
right
there
now.
forever.
Yeah, I got them. So I mean, like, I'm praying for you.
All right.
Yeah.
We gotta pray for everybody out there. I know that it's hard. I hear a lot of stories. I mean, we see so many different people on a day-to-day basis. I'm just like, I want y'all to get y'all jobs back too.
No, I
I'm
can't
rooting
even lie.
for
I'm
you.
kind of legit scared to fly. I'm already scared to fly, but I'm legit kind of scared to fly. Because I'm like, these TSA workers might be fed up and lay anything on this plane. And I don't want nothing.
No, right now is not the time.
It ain't
to
the
do
time.
that.
And not only is there an issue with flights and things like that, but we also have to consider the fact that there are people who are they need the medical care.
Yeah.
Right.
Medicaid is being shut down.
Mm-hmm.
My 9 to 5 is the medical field, and
Right.
so I know that there are going to be a lot of people that are going to be affected by this as of after January the 31st. So
Right.
This, if anything comes from this, we all need to really learn that we need to rally together.
Absolutely.
And especially within the next couple of
Yes.
years, and understand that it's bigger than just what you see in the White House. We need to take advantage of what's going on in our local government.
Absolutely.
Everything starts from the local and then
Absolutely.
it goes up from there. So, people think that their votes don't count because, maybe the person that they voted for didn't get in. But
Right.
that doesn't mean you stop the fight.
Absolutely.
We've had people, we just celebrated a great man's birthday recently, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
That's right.
And these people marched to give us an opportunity for better education,
Right.
for the opportunity to vote. And we're sitting right here in the middle of a Chicago Mecca in Bronzeville. This was all made possible by our forefathers
Right.
before us. So I think that if there's anything to gain from this, because there's always something to gain,
Right.
is the fact that we should learn how to become more for each other and stop being against each other.
Right.
Because right now we're in very divisive times.
Absolutely.
And
It's time to come together for sure.
we're living like our grandparents did. But one thing about it, y'all, we are not our grandparents.
Yeah, I pray every day because, child, I learned the word insubordinate really, really young. I was in high school and I just kept getting, in school detention. I'm like, why am I getting this?
Right.
They like, you, ma'am, you're insubordinate.
Right.
You're in here for
Like
insubordinate.
you won't do right.
You know,
but
so-
it's
and
not
I-
that. They
yeah.
just, a lot of times it's just like comply, just go with what. Right now, this whole entire shutdown is over. I want you to
wow.
make this one decision.
It's his
And
ego. He's really
It's a
trying to
temptation
prove a
from
point.
everybody.
I think it's more so him trying to keep his word.
Yeah.
When he
I
came
think
in
so.
office,
He said
that was
it.
like one of the biggest things.
But he also
to him.
said that they were going to pay for it. So
But
he's
before
already.
he leave the office,
He wants
he
that
wants
wall.
that wall because that's really what he was working towards.
Right.
The
He built
only
his own
thing he's been
platform.
working towards since he's been in office
Yeah.
Right.
is building that wall.
That's true.
But I watched today on CNN as the drug traffickers in Mexico building tunnels to go under. So, sir, you doing all this?
They
got to know.
And that's what I said. I said once they build a wall, all they're gonna do is build
But that's all
another
they've been doing.
underground.
That's all they've
You
been
know what I'm
doing.
saying?
So it's his ego.
But haven't talked about that because we talked about government shutdown as well as some things with R. Kelly. But in terms of the shutdown, so you were talking about families that have been affected. I think that right now it's a perfect time for you to just tell everyone about your organization and just what you do to help people that are kind of in the predicaments that they're in right now.
Okay, well, it kind of really just started to be an organization. I just decided to get incorporated November of 2018. But prior to being incorporated, I kind of always volunteered in a homeless shelter. My mom started me extremely young.
Right.
So we volunteer with the homeless shelter called, I believe, Southwest Chicago Pass, and she still goes there. It's like 71st off Troy Street. So it kind of was instilled to me to help people, and I kind of got that insight because I've kind of always been extremely spoiled. But I always wanted to understand how they got to that point. Like, how did you know, okay, I have depleted all outlets. I can't call Demetria. I can't call anyone. Tonight I have to lay on the ground and sleep. It kind of always intrigued me, and then it kind of hurt me as well. Like, I have such a strong support system. Sometimes my mind can't wrap around and understand how people can't ask for help. They have no one.
Right.
So that kind of is how I got started with feeding homeless.
Mm-hmm.
So we do that, and my goal is to do that every last Sunday. I will be doing that every last Sunday of the month.
Declaration.
Yes. So from we started 2018 October every month, and we'll continue on indefinitely. Every last Sunday we'll feed the homeless throughout Chicago. My goal is to always do at the least 50, but my goal is to really get up to 100. We want to feed at least 100 people hot meals. We used to do sandwiches, but I don't need sandwiches. But that's all I could give, so I want to get to a point where I can get them macaroni and greens and baked chicken. Outside of that, my toy drive, because you assisted me with that. Yes. A lot of times, this will be
That was my introduction to, your initiative as far as what you wanted to do.
Okay, yeah. So this will be my 6th year doing that. And that was just because, once again, imagining kids waking up Christmas time, no gifts, and my kids, they are blessed, and I've always been blessed, and I always wanted to be able to, and that started off I started November of 2013 is when I kind of kicked it off, and then it was in honor of my daughter who passed away at birth, so a couple of years after that, I kind of dedicated to her, so it went from just a typical toy drive to Chloe's Secret Santa Project is what I call it now. And then outside of the community service and the toy drive, financial literacy is one of the things that I'm really big on. I've been in the financial field starting in payday loans and banks for 12 years. And our people, brown people, a lot of people, we don't know anything about financial literacy. The majority of us, unfortunately, we don't know the difference between a checking account, a savings account, an ATM card, debit card, what interest is. We don't know that the bank ain't stealing our money versus that we've spent more than what's in our account. So it's kind of me really wanting to get us educated, because banking is your life. You need it, period. For your direct deposit to go there, for your Social Security to go there, for your business, your taxes. Period. You need it so that no net spend. I mean, you get your check 2 days early with the net spend. That's what they.
I'm not paying $1 every time I need to go.
Just in case you need check systems, it's an option. Okay, so those are the 3 things that I highlight. So my tagline is kind of educate, uplift, and serve the community. So that's a little bit of what it is. I named it She Is Undefeated because my goal is really to push women. I want women to have their own bag, Right. Women should be submissive if you're in a relationship. Your husband, he is the head, you are to tail, you are each other's helpmate. But you should also assist that man in that household. You should also, whatever you ask from a man, be able to give as well. I'm really strong on that. So
Speak on that's a whole nother
and
like he geeked.
Exactly. So women, we go through a lot. We're mothers, we're parents, we're friends, we have to be the confidant sometimes. We have to carry it. I want women to know, young girls to know, my daughter, my cousins, my grandmother, there is not an obstacle you can face that you won't overcome. You are undefeated.
Absolutely.
And I value to instill that in young girls young.
Because I definitely wanted to ask you that. I've known Erica, it's been about
a long time.
We've known each other, so you know how you see people, it was like SIU, we probably floated past each other at a party, but it was, we didn't really get a chance to talk until we started working together in banking, and we used to see a lot of crazy stuff. So I love the fact that you added that aspect onto things with helping, because it's all about being able to put people in a better position.
Of course.
So I really always admired that. And I mean, Chloe's Secret Santa.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's
amazing. She got me involved in that. Was it 2015?
It was literally the first year you started working with me. You immediately got involved.
I was like,
But even when I did my feedings, she'll come through. She bring water. She'll bring chips. And I'm strongly firm on nothing is too small. I don't care if it's a lunch meat pack. It's more than what they had before. I'm always grateful. And you always came through, so I really appreciate you.
No, I appreciate you for doing it, because I would tell you them days y'all would be going out, I'm like, she has a bum leg, but I'm like, let me help you with, I don't really have a bum leg, y'all, but just really, I could appreciate that because I feel like a lot of times it would hurt my heart. We work downtown, to walk past and see the homeless people out there. And you remember the guy, he was sitting in front of Starbucks. if you ever just sit and talk to them, just even saying hello or good morning, they just want to acknowledge.
They really want to know that you're going to treat them like regular people.
Right, I was going to say, they want to feel like, they want to feel like humans.
Mm-hmm.
They're just human beings that are just down on their luck.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like you said, you want to be able to, let people know that, you may be down, but you're not out. And there's always somebody out there, to help, and I think what you're doing is admirable.
Thank you. It could have easily been any of us. I say all the time, every time I make a poor financial decision, buying some shoes or something that I don't need, it's like a sacrifice. These people didn't know at 42 that they would be sleeping, at the age of 13 that they'll be sleeping under Lowell Wacker at 42. They didn't know,
right.
So we have to thank God that we are in a position to help. Absolutely. Any little thing. I sat and talked to a guy on my lunch break because I'm fasting and I went on lunch before 3 o'clock, so I couldn't eat. And I'm just out there talking to him, and he was just so grateful. He couldn't even believe. He asked me, like, is someone sending you to talk to me? I'm like, no, I really was killing time, right. Which I kind of felt bad about a little bit, even though that wasn't my goal. I went to go in the Gap, and then he was standing there, and we started talking. Right. But I learned so much, and he told me how he got to that point, and it was drugs and his mental illness. And he's like, there's really no treatment.
Right.
Right. I don't have a job, so why would you think I have health care? And then if you go in the aid office, they want you to have proof of address. I'm homeless.
Right.
I don't have shelters. Filled with people. There's no option. So I just find somewhere and I just go.
You got the penny fundraiser going on, right?
Yes.
Right?
Oh my God. Yes.
Talk more about that. Look, I got a bag of pennies. I'm gonna be like this.
I really need
if
your
y'all
pennies.
got pennies, she needs pennies for the
Okay.
fundraiser.
So like I said, we feed those in need, because I don't want to say homeless, because sometimes you could be working and you still just need a meal. Okay, right. So I want to omit saying homeless, and my mom even told me that you might just need a person in need. So I'm nonprofit. Everything that I do until we get these grants going come out even Eli Mama's pockets, and of course donations from like people like you and my friends and my family. They support me so much. So I started a penny drive New Year's Eve, asking everyone to just save me your pennies so that I can cash them in and feed my friends or the people around the city in March. So from January 1st to March 15th, I was asking everyone to collect pennies. And then on March, I'm not even sure what the last Sunday is, I would take what I earned plus whatever I lacked for myself, and we would
put it together.
Yeah, and that's for March. So
now you got the lunch coming too, right?
My lunch, yes. I am so excited that I started this nonprofit because I was a little nervous. It was something that I kept trying to push off, but it would eat at me. The Lord would speak. He's like, this is what I put you here for. You got a tad bit ratchet on you, but I put you here to serve. And no matter how I try to shape that, that's my
it
call.
was following you. You had it even back then.
So I apologize. I'm gonna come through with the broken English, but I'm telling you that I'm coming from a good place. Right. So my lunch is just basically to celebrate being incorporated, really taking this thing seriously, hopefully being able to help more people, kind of getting the word out there. I'm okay with being a small nonprofit because this is my passion. I'm not trying to make it to the shade room or nothing like that. I'm just trying to help Chicago. I can't help everyone, but I want to help where I live because this city is a mess. Okay, so the launch is February 16th, Saturday. Saturday is February 16th at 3 p.m. And it's gonna be at the Elegant Sports Bar and Grill in Richmond Park. So that's on my.
Now I don't mean to cut you off. We gotta take a quick break. We gotta pay some bills. When we come back, drop that information one more time.
I will.
All right. We'll see y'all in a minute.
Yay!
Good first segment.
You up next?
My people are gonna be so mad because I told them I was going live
or the Support District Radio Network.
Go to my page and share the one that I'm doing because I tagged you in it.
MyRadioChicago.com.
Now you can enjoy the benefits without the chemical smell. Trey Bella Nail Spa uses earth-free products for nail care. Go ahead.
You said Kel Melvin?
Kel Melvin in the Blue Note.
At Trey Bella Nail Spa.
I feel like I'm going to mess up that name, but yeah, we could just...
Simply because, we're talking about Trump and everything that's going on, and I brought it up when you said we need to rally together. You know what I'm saying?
Kel Melvin
and Blue Note. Your service.
I know y'all think it's silly, but I be knowing the words to songs, but I don't be knowing the artists. And it wasn't called.
Wake up.
Sorry.
To schedule an appointment, call 708.
I don't have any. I'll probably like put the live on you.
Or visit our Facebook page.
Can I put the live like right here?
Well, if you guys are looking for another inspirational R&B song, I don't know if y'all remember the song "We Don't Know" by Black Men United.
The views and opinions.
What's up, good people? Y'all already know what time it is.
It's an inspirational song.
What's the wrong thing?
Stuff
You
this.
get what I'm
Do
saying?
your stuff this. But what that mean when you say do your stuff this? Because I'm old.
That one go in?
We going in.
Okay, we back.
And y'all are back on.
Hey, y'all. That was Hell Melvin and the Blue Nuts with Wake Up.
You better stay. You better stay.
We're gonna try that again. I'm gonna help you.
Take it.
That song you just heard was Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes
Yes.
featuring Teddy Pendergrass. Wake Up Everybody. I got your back.
Look at
I even
that.
got your
I know
front.
what they were.
No. You came through with the assist.
I appreciate it.
That's all
Look, I'm
good.
just like this. Hell, Melvin. But yeah, this is the Blueprint Radio. I am your host, Ms. Michi. I have my two very special guests, Erica Howard and Sam Williams.
Yo.
And this is my radio, Chicago. I was so sad. I remember. And we are powered through the Support District Network Radio. Make sure that you download the app. I've told you several times. Download it. If you cannot do that at this time, make sure that you listen in on the website. And
Yes.
of course, we got it live.
Of
like
course.
supportdistrictradio.com.
Yeah.
Tune in.
I need to be like a co-host. I ain't trying to steal your shine, but I just like
Jump in there.
Give me a contract.
We'll be in touch. We'll be in touch.
Are your people?
So,
I'm my own people.
We just had you real quick before we start talking to Sam. Let us know about the launch party.
Okay, so the
Give the
launch
details
is
for that.
going to be Saturday, February 16th at 3 p.m. It's going to be at Elegance Sports Bar. That's in Richmond Park. It's going to start at 3 p.m. The goal is really just to celebrate me being incorporated, what I'm trying to do for Chicago. I just want to celebrate, Blue Notes. I just wanted to celebrate with everybody who believe in me, support me, want to see better for the city. I just want y'all to come out.
Turn up.
That's
You
not
know we'll be in that thing. Blueprint.
And they got really good chicken wings, and I done bought a lot of them wings.
Tropical Long Island.
I think you just reeled a lot of people in.
Right.
Wings
The
is
chicken
good.
wings.
Oh my
The
god.
batter is everything.
I'm gonna feed y'all good too. So.
Are they real wings?
They real
or
wings.
things?
They not the
No, they
party
the real.
wings.
They ain't no wings. They real wings. And it took them a long time to bring it out.
I need a whole wing. Now don't come with no baby wings. They the
No,
real
they ain't
deal.
the party wings.
Right.
They are real wings. It took them a minute to come out. I'm all in the kitchen like, y'all coming, but they were worth the wait. They really good. They got good food.
You see how she gave like a
I did. I'm like,
review
y'all
slash
over
like.
back there, the wings coming. But they came. They were good.
She is a mess, as you see. Follow her. She's doing big things in the city. But
Oh yes, follow me on
You gonna be able to
Instagram.
drop your handle. Hold.
She is undefeated. Okay.
She's gonna give her stuff in a minute. Y'all
Okay, go ahead.
be cool. Sam,
Yes, ma'am.
you've been over here patiently waiting.
I'm
I
telling
mean,
you,
this is
man.
this. Yeah.
I'm telling.
The homie from what, like 2000? I feel like. How long have I known you?
But 16 going on 17 years.
My lord, half my life.
Yeah, half my life I had to fight.
Yes.
Shabbat. So you are the owner of Urban Color Magazine.
Yes.
He's been saying that before you go into it. You've been saying that you were going to do this for years. So I'm proud of you personally.
Thank you.
You went for it.
This was something. This was a team effort. This started, because I got a praying mama. I got a mom that believed in me. And then it just kind of became. It started off as something that was just like a dream to me. Urban Color Magazine was something I thought of when I was, I say, 15 or 16 years old. Like I said, this was a team effort in the development of this magazine because I've had so many people in my life put me in position to where I am today. I knew it was for me. Back in 2004, I was a junior in high school. Shout out to my alma mater, class of 2006, Hillcrest High School. You better know it. I'm a my high school.
We were rivals, so Rich Central Olympians. If y'all don't have come through, rude because he's talking crazy.
Class of 2006, Country Club Hills, Illinois. You know what it is.
Right.
But anyway, at the time, Hazel Crest is now Mayor Bernard Osbury. He put me in a position that changed my life, and I never looked back. He introduced me to then State Senator Barack Obama. And at that time, he was running for U.S. Senate. And for some reason, I don't know what type of pull this man has, but he got Barack Obama to do his rally, his political rally at my school. And before that, he got myself and another young lady to interview him. And I was so, Barack Obama at that time he had that aura about him.
You knew he was going
to be something.
Right. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't just because he was an African American, but he just had this. I've never been starstruck before, and I didn't even know who this man was.
Right.
But seeing him, and interviewing this man, that was something that made me say, I can do this for the rest of my life. I don't want to do anything else except meet people and write. And that was what catapulted me into journalism. Another thing that got me into where I'm at now is I was an athlete, and my junior year, my baseball coach, Mike Jeffers, had asked me, what do you want to do with your life? Because you may not play ball for the rest of your life. I said, I'm not sure, but I love to write. And we don't know why people ask us certain things. We don't know why certain things happen. But a month later, I ended up injuring my knee. And that kind of derailed my baseball career. Something like that for an athlete should be devastating. But that was the moment. That was one of those moments that said, all right, that was my confirmation. Right. You can't play this game for the rest of your life.
Right.
So you got to figure something out. Moving along through my high school career, one of my teachers introduced me to the school newspaper. And I was a junior at the time, and there were no other maybe a couple of other underclassmen, but it was dominated by seniors.
Right.
And being, an underclassman, all of these seniors or whatnot, so it could be a tad bit, intimidating.
Absolutely.
But I went in and I stamped my name into that newspaper, the Opinion, as it was called then.
I was just about to ask you. I was like, I remember you was right for them.
It was the Opinion. By the time we were midway through my junior year, I became the first non-senior to be editor-in-chief of that newspaper. And I ran the newspaper for 2 years. After that, Leanne Musser, who was one of the school counselors, she introduced me to the yearbook committee and asked me if I could run that. She took me to Elmhurst College. Her and myself and another student, we went to Elmhurst College for a yearbook camp. Okay. Now you think yearbook camp off the top sounds pretty corny. I thought so too. However,
that sounds like a lot of stuff you could learn.
Oh, there was.
Yeah.
But more so than anything, that's where I learned to network. I'm there with kids from all different walks of life from throughout the state of Illinois. Kids from, Morgan Park, kids from Western Rural High School, New Trier, the high schools that you see on TV, the high schools that are, that are considered to be the top, top tier. But I'm also with the schools that are considered to be at the bottom. But we all were there for a common goal. So 2-3 days passed. We entered, there was a contest. Long story short, Hillcrest came out on top. We had best theme. We were able to design. I was able to design our school yearbook. Our yearbook in 2000, the 2006 class was the first class in my school's history to ever be in color. And the theme was that everybody knows your name. And at that moment is when I realized I have a mind to be creative. So now let's fast forward to 2010. I transfer. I leave the University of Memphis. I come home. What was supposed to be for just a short stint. I go to Prairie State College. I run the school newspaper, the Student Review. And I went in. I just wanted to go take some classes so I can get back to my university.
Right.
And one of the young ladies who was registering me asked me what kind of interest did I have. I see that she saw that I was a journalism major and marketing, and she asked me if I was still interested in writing. And unfortunately, I don't remember this woman's name, and I hadn't seen her since. But she introduced me to the newspaper's advisor, And at first I was a bit apprehensive until she said, oh, and by the way, to be the editor-in-chief of the school newspaper, this is a paid gig. I'm signed
Right.
up.
Like
I don't care how much.
Thank
I
you.
don't care how much I
Okay.
have to make. I don't care how much I have to, how much you paying me. I'm just happy that I'm about to get a couple ducats
Right.
for what I do. Recruited about 20 to 30 people. You know, I just told them who I was. And
What you were
know,
doing.
and I showed them that I was authentic and I really wanted to help these people.
Right.
By the end of that school year, the school newspaper, the student review, now we pretty much swept all of the awards. And I won, you know, personally, I won, you know, leader of the year. But that wasn't the one that I cared about the most. The one that we won, that I actually had to go into the bathroom and kind of shed a few tears, was when we won Group of the Year, and that was voted on by our peers throughout the school.
So they saw y'all making a difference.
They had only won that award one time,
right.
and we pretty much swept that and almost won unanimously from my peers. And
they're like, we don't know no other group.
Yeah. But you know what? We were the ones. But you know what? We were the ones that stood out because we were everywhere. Okay. So, with that being said, you know, I knew, like I said before, this was something I knew I wanted to do.
Right.
Because my passion was so strong for it. So then that led to me a few years later being inspired by one of my best friends, Corey Medlock, better known in the industry as Sonny Trill. You know, he was saying that we have no outlets for underground music, and there are no outlets for, you know,
so they so underground that it's just like you can't find it.
Exactly.
No shade, but it's like
on Google,
right. Yeah. So he asked me if, you know, he was like, man, you need to stop playing and you need to go ahead and start you a magazine. You've been wanting to do this all your life for as long as I've known you. You need to start this magazine. And so it took me about 3 years to finally do it. But in 2015, I took a leap of faith, and I launched Urban Color Magazine. And it's crazy because the magazine started right across the street in the Lake Meadows apartments on the 9th floor, yes, right across the street from where we are right now.
Right.
That's where Urban Color Magazine was started. That's where the first article was written.
Right.
And that's where, you know, that's when I said, this is for me. This was my everything. Right. So I know we're gonna cut the break shortly, but I just want to let you all know real quick, urbancolormagazine.com is where you can find all of my pieces, from the top, you know, from the artists.
I want to hear more about it. I definitely got a couple of questions.
Absolutely.
We've had the opportunity to work together, but you have, you know, had other people that you've interviewed and that you've done a lot of pieces for. So we're gonna come right back, everybody. We're gonna take a short break, and got a few more questions.
I'm with it. Let's go. Let's shoot.
Break time. Erica's still on live over there.
I'm trying. I don't know.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all like and share it. You know.
I'm gonna force them. I'm gonna send a mass text. Everybody back.
Shout out that.
Yes.
Season. Or you can Trinity. One of our sponsors.
Hi everyone. Hi mom. Hey mommy. Hey mom. Hey auntie. Hey Taylor. I don't know who's still watching. I don't really know. But if you're still watching, hi. If you watch for a second and no longer watching, hi auntie. Hi.
Hey y'all.
Y'all missed like my interview. But Demetria, you can watch it on Demetria's page. I was late to start my live because I didn't know where to put my phone.
Yes. Ask that brother what advisor he met with at Prairie State. I worked there at the time. Was it Lauren Meeks?
No.
Lauren, he said it wasn't him, boo.
No,
Lauren. Right. No, Lauren was bomb.com though, for real.
No, it wasn't Lauren. It was an older white lady. I forgot her name.
He said it was an older white lady. If you can give us the information on that, he totally loves to connect. Hey, Kaisha. So I'm going to shout out my girl Kaisha. Okay, she interviewed me for Wealthy Women Wednesdays yesterday. We had a good time. He's one of the artists that's going to do it.
Okay, we back.
Ready? Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Blueprint events. The Blueprint Radio. Look, y'all, I'm getting my businesses mixed together, okay? That was just Mariah Carey and Ty Dolla $igns with The Distance. I like that song. Mm-hmm. It's a vibe.
I never
It's
heard
chill.
it.
It's nice little. I mean, it's the type of song you want to hear on this weekend because it's about
chilly.
to be mad cold,
Right.
boy.
It's
supposed to be in the single digits with a negative windshield. No, I'm straight.
That's not going to stop people from coming to my vision party on Saturday. Bundle up.
Yes.
Bundle up. Okay?
Oh, my
okay.
goodness. But before we jump back in, first off, we are on My Radio Chicago, and we are powered by the Support District Network Radio. Download the app, visit the website, follow them on Facebook, and they on every social thing. Make sure you follow them, okay? I will drop those handles after the show. Got to do a couple shout outs to Trinity Promotion Solutions. Want to shout them out? You can visit them at trinityprosolutions.com for anything that you need. And we got an event coming up, y'all. February 16, 2019 from 9 p.m. to 3. You can come party. We shutting it down. Young Blue and Dreezy, hosted by Shondell of Raw Radio. I mean, it's a vibe. It's a whole party. We get to that night.
DJ Memphis is lit.
Right.
And I was gonna say my boy DJ Mile High known that kid.
Oh,
yes,
he
Lil Ticket, DJ Memphis. I mean, did y'all hear all them DJs? Okay, come and shake your butt.
Oh, this gonna be a party.
Right. It's gonna be lit.
It's gonna be
Okay.
a party, man.
So before we went on break, we were talking to Sam. So first we got Sam Williams of Urban Color Magazine.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
We have Erica Howard of She Is Undefeated. Just for people that are just tuning in, and shame on you if you're coming in the last few minutes. Okay,
right.
They tiptoeing in. You were talking about what inspired you to start the magazine.
Mm-hmm.
Now, out of all of the people that you sat down with, who was one of your favorite ones?
Like,
walk us through that. I want to know.
all of my favorite interviews were never anybody that was top tier. It's always been somebody who I've followed for a long time. And I have a couple. One of them is a rapper by the name of Enos. He's my barber, but he's also one of the top up and coming hip hop artists in Chicago. Shout out to Enos. You can follow him on Instagram. We know Enos. And shout out to his project Loose Lighters 2, which is a great project. But also there was a guy that I've known for quite some time. His name is well, he's no longer Pete Mack. He's Paris the Spitter now, and I actually just recently interviewed him a couple of weeks ago, and you can check out his story on urbancolormagazine.com. I enjoy a challenge, and I don't interview people based off of questions, because my motto in life, and this was taught to me by my late grandfather, is that it doesn't cost anything to make a friend. And the reason I live by that is because we have to, like you said, Erica, in regards to, your nonprofit, we have to treat people the way we want to be treated.
Okay.
We have to humanize people. And, these artists, these entrepreneurs, they're everyday people just like us. And I'm not going to hold them on any type of, special platform because of who they are. I'm going to, have a face-to-face conversation with them as if we're, for example, with Enos, like I said, Enos is my personal barber, but I'm going to communicate and converse with him as if though, I'm sitting in his chair, and we're going, we're just having barbershop talk.
That's right.
And that's how you get the most genuine answers, and that's how you get, that's what to me makes the best type of interviews. I haven't had that one interview yet for the magazine that I can honestly say has really given me, that has really pushed me. But I can honestly say that all of the interviews that I've done, they all mean something special to me. And one of the things that I used to do, and I'll eventually get back to doing it, is I always finish my interviews off by asking them a question. And that question is, if you had to, give advice to somebody who's struggling, who's on the fence about something, whether it's in their business, in their personal life, what is it that what kind of advice could you give them? And one artist that I'll never forget, and I live by this, I stand on this, and I heard this 3-4 years ago when I interviewed him, is that life is a race. And we should never look to the side of us, we should never look behind us, we should never, look ahead, but just look down and run your race. And we all too often, me being, me personally, I struggle I started 4 years ago. However, I took a year and a half off because I felt like the industry was so tough.
Right.
You know, we as African Americans, we don't support each other at all. We you know, as business owners, we want people to support us, but we don't support each other.
That's true.
And like I said before, you know, we are in the middle of a black mecca in Chicago, right here in the heart of Bronzeville.
So
we are right across the street from the start of the Bud Billiken Parade. This is where we are. This is history here.
Right.
And this used to be a thriving community. And we have forgotten that, and you know, in our journeys. You know, something else that I learned along the way that I had to kind of, you know, teach myself and my girlfriend, who is a photographer. I'm gonna shout her out.
You better shout
Yes.
She's one of the top photographers that nobody knows about in Chicago, Eliana Amazon. You can follow her. And I'll drop her tag at the end. But one thing that I had to, you know, let her know is that remember why you do what you do.
Right.
I didn't get into, you know, to journalism because I was looking for likes.
Right.
I didn't get into journalism because I was seeking approval. I got into this because this was my passion.
Yes.
Right.
My passion is to help people help themselves. Urban Color magazines, you know, Urban Color magazine was designed to help people elevate themselves and give them, you know, give these people a voice. Everybody has a story to tell. And I want to be the one to tell their story. You know, the way I use my words is the same way an artist will use a paintbrush.
Right.
My words, you know, when I write these articles, it's the same way as a chef will cook a meal. You expect high quality when you go to that, you know, that 5-star restaurant.
That's right.
You want, you know, if you're going to go in and get that steak, you want that steak to be perfect. That's how I treat my articles.
Right.
I want people to read these articles and say, you really perfect, you painted my life probably better than I could have.
Right.
That's the art of journalism. That's the art of storytelling. And this is what we've been built on. You know, our history has been written. And so I want to make sure that when I write somebody's article, that their story is written to pretty much perfection.
Right.
I'm representing you.
Right.
You've entrusted me with some pertinent information
That's
that
right.
you want the world to know. So I have to make sure that when I write these articles, I'm putting my everything into it. And it gets to the point where, you know, sometimes it gets hard. You know, I got to step away. But that's because I want it so bad.
Right.
You know, I took a year off and I just relaunched last week. And I did 3 articles, 2 features, and I did an editorial.
Okay. You've been working.
I've been working. Yes. I've been working. But I've been working because I owe it to the people who've believed in me.
That's right.
You know, the one thing that one thing that I should say that I've appreciated and, you know, during my journey into this entrepreneurial thing is the people. So when people believe in you,
right.
people will push you.
Yes.
And like
even
I said,
when you don't feel like
even when you don't feel it, but you know, I have friends. My friend Stevan, my friend Kellen, my friend James. Like I said before, my boy who inspired me, my boy Sonny Trill who inspired me to start the magazine. All of these people, my girlfriend, my mom, all of these people believed in me from day one.
Right.
And I'm not here without them. One thing I tell my friends is if I have an event, if you are the only ones that are there, that's all that matters to me. Because anything that's not organic is fake. And I don't do the fake love thing anymore.
Who needs that?
You'd be surprised. You would be surprised.
Well,
I mean,
those are people that's not sure of themselves.
Those are called clout chasers.
Yeah,
correct.
Those are clout chasers. Those are the people who are doing it for the wrong reasons.
That's right.
Me, like I said, I got into this not for the likes, not for the popularity. I got into this to help people, and the popularity will come because people want good news.
That's right.
We live in Chicago, where Chicago is on the news for the wrong reasons. You know, where, you know, people are scared to come here because of the violence. People feel like, you know, Chicago is the worst place in America because this is what the media.
Chirac.
Yeah,
they have so many different. Like who's going by that? I'm like, this is Chicago.
This ain't Chirac. But you know, the media has created this narrative for the world to see. And the Chicago that they see, this is not my Chicago.
Right.
This is not my Chicago at all. My Chicago is thriving. My Chicago is flourishing with beautiful people, and there's a lot of talented people. I mean, after all, we influence a lot of people from fashion to music to food to, you know, everything.
Right.
You know, we are, you know, Chicago's the third largest city in America, but we're in the middle of this country for a reason.
Absolutely.
You know, everybody is influenced by what we do. It's not Atlanta. You know, everybody thinks that Atlanta.
Ooh, don't be messing with us.
No, listen. You know, here's my thing with that. You know, when people leave Chicago, it's not because they don't leave Chicago because they don't think they can make it here. They go elsewhere because they can make it. They think they can make it there.
No, I definitely think it's because they think they can't make it here.
And you know what?
We are a city. We don't support each other.
And I agree.
Yeah.
But
Right.
the thing is, we look for that support in the wrong places. And like
You have to expand your reach.
You
Like,
have
if
to.
if you try to just keep it just within
You can't
your
say-
network, you won't really go anywhere. 'Cause
Yeah.
half the time they're not really checking for what you're doing. But when you step outside of that, that is when you make impact for sure.
you have to look at you have to learn to step outside your comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, fortunately for myself as a journalist, I have the ability to do that. I can go anywhere in Chicago because, you know, I don't feel threatened by
Right.
anything. I feel like if I want to go cover a story in Old Town, I'm going to cover a story in Old Town. If
Okay.
I want to go into Inglewood and I want to cover a story in Inglewood, I'm going to go into
Nothing's
Inglewood.
gonna stop you.
Nothing's going to stop me because
sure.
there's good news everywhere.
Right.
And once people realize that you can go ahead and feel comfortable and be comfortable in this city, we won't have those people migrating to the south.
Right.
We won't have those people going
They'll
to
be
LA.
staying right
They'll
here.
stay right home, right here at home, because home is where the heart is at the end of the day. And when it's all said and done, Chicago will be back on top, and I have that much faith in my city. So, but in regards to Urban Color Magazine, I just want
give us your social media handles.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, I'm sad. It's like things are coming to a close.
I know.
so-
I gotta play
Okay.
my artist for tonight.
no, it's all good.
Miranda of 6 p.m. But if you can, because I'd like to continue the conversation with y'all for a little bit. I know
Okay.
y'all got some more jams to drop on us. Give us your social media handle.
We
My
got
mouth.
you. You know?
It can't.
So
I need
my
some.
Instagram is Urban Color. I'm sorry, is UCM _ owner. That's my Instagram. You can follow me on there. And like I mentioned before, Chicago's one of the top photographers in Chicago that nobody knows yet, Eliana Amazon. You can follow her at le.e.a, or you can follow me and you know, just say, hey, what'd you say that girl's name was again, the photographer? You can follow me, and then I'll definitely make sure you
I
tag
need
her.
a photo shoot, so I'll be in touch.
Just let me know. Just let
I'll be
me
in
know.
touch. She is undefeated. right?
Yeah, she is. Instagram as well as Facebook at SheIsUndefeated. So same as IG and Facebook.
No space.
No
Well,
space.
all space. Look.
Demetria, get that. All together is what
Right.
she is.
Right.
And she is undefeated on Facebook and Instagram. Not with the Twitter. So nothing
I'm not
there.
with it either.
Yeah.
I'm not with it either. Well, I just want to thank you all for coming on tonight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I love what you're doing. I'll be in what issue? Because Sam, he did an article on me too, so I'm excited about
So
that.
real quick, I will be doing my first spread in March for Women's Month.
Woo, can't wait.
And it's gonna feature some independent women who are just movers and shakers in Chicago. And
Yes.
one of the young ladies that will be featured will be Mrs. Demetria Brown. And I would like to extend that invitation to the Undefeateds.
Oh.
So I need 6 to 8.
We're going to
so,
get them connected. But
so-
I'm about to, we got to
Thank
play out
you.
our artist, Miranda of 6 p.m. First off, thank you, Drew. I hope you are watching this wherever you are. Definitely glad to send this over. It's a vibe, y'all. I don't know. The song remind me of Miami a little bit. So
Okay,
we're
that's
going
like
to
my
introduce that.
favorite
We're going to close the
place.
show out. I will see you all next week. We have 2 more special guests. This is the Blueprint Radio, My Radio Chicago. Make sure that you follow them. We are powered by the Support District Network Radio. Again, download the app. Make it easy on yourself for next week. And we closing out. It's Miranda, y'all. Aquafina is the song. And, of course, we have to thank our sponsors, Trinity Promotion Solutions. You can follow them on Facebook, correct? So Yes, I got to get on there and get with them as well. TrinityProSolutions.com. And then again, remember the Young Blue and Dreezy event. It's going down. I will be dropping all of that information for you all so that you can follow, get your tickets, get it together. We'll see you all next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, Mom. But watch Demetrius. You'll see me in the well. Like I said, I was late to turning the live on. So my segment, you can watch.
Wait, I didn't see Gary's thing.
So I shared hers. You can watch hers. I should see everyone Saturday at the vision party.
Oh, I did not even see. Sorry. Look, my bad, Gary. I didn't even see all of this. You know my phone was away, though.
Okay,
but I got you next time, and I'm already dropping everything on my page. Y'all gonna say bye? Thank y'all for tuning in. Woo! See y'all next week. Gary, I got you next week, and thank you. And I will send over that information, Jacob. We dropping everything. We'll talk to you later.
Demetrius.
Okay.